know that feeling when you spend the whole week waiting for Saturday to get home, grab something to drink, and sit down like, alright, today we're getting violence. You turn on the UFC expecting punches, kicks, knockouts, blood. Woohoo! Because let's be honest, that's what we fans of combat sports, extremely civilized people, pay to see. Pure violence. But then the fight starts, and instead of war, it feels like you accidentally clicked on a romantic movie. 25 minutes of two grown men hugging each other like they just reunited after years apart. Bro, what the hell is this? I didn't sign up for UFC, I signed up for WWE Cuddle Edition. It makes you want to turn off the TV and go take a nap.
I should get some sleep.
And the worst part, you try to defend it. You're sitting there with your friends like, no bro, wait, it's gonna get good. 5 minutes later, same position, same hugging, same disappointment. At some point you stop watching the fight and start questioning your life choice. And you know the fight is bad when even the commentator starts trolling. They be like, yeah, great control here. Bro, even they don't believe what they're saying. And honestly, the UFC needs to be careful with this. Because if not, in a few years, this turns into World Championship of who can hug better.
No.
And these fighters, the ones who only know how to wrestle and style, they're the roast. Bro, I'm starting to think they actually enjoy that. Ha! Gay! Some of these guys aren't fighting, they're bonding. So today I'm gonna prove to you that these crowd snipers could actually win the UFC if this keep is going.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, mother.
Right now, the UFC has all kinds of fighters. You've got the guy who walks forward throwing bombs like he owes money. The guy who is scared of getting hit and runs like he's being chased by a dog.
Fatality.
You've got grapplers, but the good ones, the ones who finish fighter. And then you've got that guy, the one who takes you down and just stay there, like he forgot what sport he's in, just chilling, smell your armpits, checking your deodorant. And don't get me wrong, control is part of the game, wrestling matters, but there's a difference between controlling a fight and committing a crime against entertainment. Some of these fights should come with a warning, may cause extreme boredom, loss of brain cells, and unexpected naps. Look, I'll give them credit, they skill it's very technical, but my god, they are boring as hell. No finishes, no urgency, no risk. They fight not to lose, instead of fighting to win. And let's be real, it feels like Russia shipped these guys in bulk. And now we gotta deal with it. And listen, before anyone gets mad, I'm not saying all fighters are like that. There are killers out there. Real killer, but you know exactly the type I'm talking about. The ones who fight like their controller disconnected, but they're still somehow winning. Super technical but painfully boring. Technical enough to shut down exciting fighters, but not enough to do anything interesting. Their whole strategy is simple: slow everything down, control, hold, and waste time, and make you fall asleep. They're not trying to win the fight, they're trying to win a sleep championship. And guess what? They're undefeated. Every time I watch one of these fights, my eyes start closing automatically. And let's be honest, they don't trade strikes because they know if they stand an exchange, they're getting knocked out. So what do? They hug for 25 minutes. Bro, that's weird. I'm not even joking. I get uncomfortable watching Evloev fights when my girlfriend's around. She looks at the screen and goes, are they fighting or is this foreplay?
You're gay! He's gay! I'm not gay. He's gay!
Hey bro, if you ever watched one of those fights late at night, it's over. You're not finishing that guy. You wake up in the count. TV still on, main event already happening, and you don't remember anything. Now don't get me wrong, I like grappling. Submissions are great, ground and pound is great. But this This ain't grappling, bro. This is professional hugging. The problem isn't grappling. The problem is stealing. The problem is fighters who do nothing with their position.
I say this to the fighters all the time. You know, if you're the type of fighter that comes in and the crowd goes crazy and goes nuts, awesome. If you're the type of fighter that walks in and everybody boos you,
Kobe, coming into this fight.
incredible.
That's great, too.
Right, it's awesome. What you don't want to be is the person that nobody gives a one way or the other about.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the welterweight champion, Leon Rocket. I'm sorry, Bilal Muhammad.
Without taking the risks. No killer exchange, no urgency, no hunger. They don't want to be legend, they just want safe wins. Man, screw that. If I wanted to watch two guys hugging, I'd watch sumo. And honestly, sumo is way more entertaining than a lot of Magomed and Goliath fights. Now here's the crazy part. We know these fighters are boring, and we still watch. Why? Maybe it's because we believe. At any moment, something insane could happen. One punch, one mistake, and boom, fight over.
Fatality.
Perfect example, Edwards versus Usman. That fight, total domination. Usman controlling everything, and Edwards getting beaten like a slut. I was like, yeah, it's over. Even Edwards looked like he had given up. And me, be the 4th round, I was asleep. Don't blame me, bro. The fight was a trash. I woke up the next day, checked my phone, and saw Leon Edwards
Fatality.
knockout. I was like, what the f? I missed one of the greatest comebacks in UFC history that hurt my soul. And that's the emotional damage right there. Because now every time you watch a boring fight, you're scared to blink. Deep down, bro, I wish every boring fighter would become exciting. Because I'd rather watch my favorite fighter lose in a war than winning a boring decision. I don't respect fighters who don't try to finish the fight. Simple. If your whole game is hold, stall, survive, win or points, for me, that's not fight. You're not a real fighter. Maybe ballet suits that kind of guy better. At least now, the UFC is starting to cut this guy. And the message is clear. If you keep putting on trash performance, if you keep fighting scared, you're out. And it should be like that. There's a reason it's called a fighter. A fighter is supposed to fight. Not run, not stall, not waste time. That's disrespectful to the fan. Because we pay for this. We pay to see violence. Not because we're bad people, but because it connects to something deeper. Something primitive. Watching a real fight, knowing that one of them could be knocked out any second. It triggers something inside us. An ancient instinct, a fighting spirit. It connects us to who we used to be. Savage, competitive, hungry to win. And that's why when your favorite fighter is in there, bleeding, fighting, surviving, you feel it. Like it's you in there. That's what the UFC is. That's what MMA is. That's what combat sports are about. At the end of the day, this isn't just about entertainment. It's about respect. Respect for the fans, respect for the sport. Because fighting isn't supposed to be safe. It's not supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to be chaotic, dangerous, unpredictable. That's what made us fall in love with it. And that's what we don't want to lose. And listen, bro, I create this channel as a fan. I'm not a journalist. I'm not some analyst using fancy words. I'm the guy who say it's how it is. So if you agree, drop a like, subscribe, and comment. What's the most boring fight you've ever seen? For me, easy. Francis Ngannou versus Derek Lewis. I was expecting war, destruction, violence, someone getting knocked out. And what did we get? Nothing. One of worst fights in history. It was painful to see a fight that could have been legendary become a festival of cowardice. If you're still here, you're basically best friends now. See you in the next video, bro. I'm out.